News Network, the feminist news that's right for you. Welcome to Skye in the Pooey Room, giving you that soulful news you need. Yes, indeed. And if you haven't told a friend to like and subscribe and get that soulful news that soulful way, let them know it's being served up today. Get it the soulful way. Yeah, tasting good. So, if you didn't know, Pooey means ginger. I have made plenty of videos in the Pooey Room, so check them out by clicking the link below to see more videos. Now, I've been watching the protests at the DNC, Democratic National Convention 2020, and there has not been a lot of people protesting or showing the protests, but it's still great numbers enough to where the DNC and the DCCC has paid over $15 million for barricades and police protection, expecting the worst, when all they want to do is have a peaceful, nonviolent protest to get their policies out there that the establishment Democrats will not let you see. So what is really going on? What is really happening at the DNC? A lot of Black Lives Matter protesters, unity protesters, and those that want community policing to defund and abolish the police culture that has been demonizing, abusing, and corrupting cities all across the nation. So there was a black man, 77 years old, in Milwaukee. We do not know where he's from because Jordan, I saw this on Status Coup, and Jordan did not interview him. I would have interviewed him right away. I would have been just admired by him. You know, he said he's been watching this for 50 years. But he spoke up about what's really going on with policing and why there's a over need for community policing done the right way. Let's take a listen, and then we're going to discuss, and we're going to say, yeah, that guy was right. Just listen.
Listening to these stories for over 50 years. That's about how long I've been in the movement. And the stories haven't changed that much. People being murdered by the cops, people being disrespected by the police, people being brutalized by the police, people complaining about the police being racist, people complaining about them being Ku Klux Klan. It's been the same story, believe me, for 50 years. I'm only 77, so this shit has been going on way longer than that. This country was founded on genocide and slavery. Let's be clear. You can get awful damn confused if you don't know the kind of quagmire that you're in. And the quagmire that you're in is this. This is not a broken situation. The system ain't broke. The system was designed to do exactly what the hell it's doing. And that's why we need community control of the police. Community control of the police. That's why we need it. We need it because we're dealing with fascist cops who are going to kill us at random and at will. And the only way that can be stopped is that we stop it. That's why I say all power to the people. All power to the people. It's not till we get that power that we're going to stop it. Didn't Joe Biden say he didn't want to defund? But he praised John Lewis, didn't he? They all did. All the hypocrites did. Praise John Lewis. Well, John Lewis went and stood on the Black Lives Matter written on the streets of Chicago before he died to say to his fellow congressmen, to the people and to the world, that he stood with Black Lives Matter. So what the hell is wrong with Joe Biden? you need to get on the right side of the barricade. Well, at least acknowledge, at least acknowledge, because I know you ain't gonna get on our side of the barricade, but at least acknowledge. You know, we're not damn fools. Yeah, we're gonna do what we gotta do to defeat Trump. Because he's a fascist pig. But we ain't going down no blind alley with no politician talking about elect me and I'll set you free. We ain't doing that one either. We got to put some demands on these people. And we demand that they support our call for community control of the police. All power to the people. All power to the people.
All right, I know you heard that, didn't you? And liked it too. He was really telling it like it is. I know that's right. But let me tell you, he was wearing a shirt that said CPAC. Jordan Status Coup didn't interview him. That would have been a great opportunity. I would have most definitely interviewed him because I was just taken by his, fervor of the truth. Because I've been saying it in my videos all along, people. I show it in my graphics. The system was made this way. Tupac rapped about it. It's a setup, so get up, Don't let the system control you. And this is what's happening, and let me break it down to you. Because John Lewis, even though he made his last stance, he was muted for many decades after his first stance. So, he just went out the way he came in. That's all. And, but there's a serious need for change. He should have did one last filibuster or something. Because let me break it down to you. The community policing is what is needed. That shirt he had on, the CPAC, I researched that. It's a Civilian Policing Accountability Council. Now, in Chicago, they've been working on it since 2016 to get it going. It started with Alderman of 35th, Carlos Rosa, and then has moved on to Alderman Daniel LaSpada. And, with all the things going on in Chicago with Lightfoot and the protesting and the rigging of the riots downtown to set up the protesters to look violent, there's a big push from the Fraternal Order to not have this because they do not want to be held accountable and feel like they shouldn't be. They should just have a culture of racism and brutality and unaccountability to go on and on like for the years that it has done since the time of the slave patrols. Now, Jordan had made a mistake by not interviewing this man. But I took the time to research his shirt, find out, and this is something that, I'm not surprised that we know that we need this type of thing, a CPAC, in every city, in every state. And I'm not talking the conservative PAC, I'm talking about the Civilian Policing Accountability Council. That is awesome. And I'm going to give you information below so you can check it out too. And see about making a move forward to get this in every borough, city, hamlet, rural spot, cul-de-sac, in every end of this nation. Now in Hawaii, they're making money. They're charging you out of the butt for this non-quarantine stuff. And believe me, the black and brown are getting the $4,000 fines, whereas others that are in their favor only get the $2,000 fines. And this is a Polynesian Asian local society full of Portuguese and everything else. And believe me, the dark people get it worse. The new coming immigrants get it worse by the police. And they even put it on the homeless white people. And if you're not that establishment looking upper crust type of haole or a white person, they'll harass you here. So don't think it's you know, just this kind of person that can. No, it's a policing culture that's bad. From here to New Jersey, across America, in Alaska, where they want to vote for Trump. Now, I'm saying this because Jordan missed out on an opportunity to interview this man. So I am expounding upon what he said, and it is true, and I know you agree too, that community policing is the answer. And what he said was right. This is a setup, so we got to get up. And they've been doing it for years upon years. The stories of the brutality, I can tell you mine. And if you hung around for the end of this video, good, because I've been pulled over to be locked up, driving out of my own driveway in my own house, being told I'm robbing my own house because it was in a middle-class white neighborhood. I've been told by the police, come here to cross the street just to be getting a ticket. I've been pulled over for smoking a cigar because they thought it was a blunt. I've been locked up for weed that ain't as big as the rock on this ring, or a pearl on this necklace. It's an ugly policing society out there, people. And I know there is time and room for a change. And I agreed with that man 100%. Community policing, power to the people. Power to the people. I know you agree, so leave those comments below and let me know at FeministNewsN@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe to that YouTube channel and that Facebook page. Remember, I'm that Soulful Progressive one on Twitter, got that rant of the day on Blogger, and I am that one woman team. One woman team, yeah. So if you care to donate, you got to email me, because I don't do that PayPal, honey. I ain't about that. So just contact me and I'll tell you how. All right, child. Now, remember, in this era of hate, you got to participate. Because if you don't, community policing will never happen. And we need it to happen. Now, turn that horrible policing culture around. I know that's right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Peace.